Imagine asking someone a yes or no question, and they respond with a university lecture on everything except the answer. Welcome to the courtroom performance of Brigadier Gininda, South Africa's most talkative witness in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. He doesn't just testify, he performs. And, strangely, the judge seems to love it. He nods. He writes. He never interrupts. So today, on the Hot Seat Essay, we dive deep into what one subscriber called the reverse psychology masterclass of Gininda and ask a bold question. Is Judge Rada confused by this? Or complicit in it? Quick note, if you'd prefer I stop using this AI voice and start using my own, there's a donation link in the description. This channel's still new, and I'm working with very limited resources. I'm not about to show up with ashy elbows and shaky audio, so until I can afford proper mics, cameras, and gear, I'll keep using the tools I have. I'm already spending over 1,200 Rand per month on Wi-Fi data and software just to keep these videos coming. So if you'd like to support the journey, every little bit helps. Let's start with something simple. Language is powerful, and in court, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Gininda, from day one, has used big words, abstract phrases, and a calm, confident delivery. He'll say things like, "Indeed, that was corroborated subsequently in relation to the relative findings by the second respondent." Sounds impressive, right? But what does it actually mean? Often, nothing. This is called linguistic inflation, using complex words to mask a simple or even empty idea. And in psychology, it's a classic authority tactic. You speak as if you know more, so people assume you're correct, even when you're not. It's how cult leaders convince people. It's how corporate execs dodge questions. And now, it's how Gininda testifies in one of the most high-profile murder cases in our history. Here's what our viewers have noticed. And they're absolutely right. When Gininda is asked a direct question, did you obtain that information yourself? Or did you personally witness the arrest? He never gives a straight yes or no. Instead, he says, yes. But then the procedure required further internal verifications, which, as per standard protocol, involved a collaborative team. 10 minutes later, everyone's forgotten the original question. It's intentional flooding, burying the truth under a mountain of irrelevant data. This is a delay tactic. It wastes court time, confuses the record, protects him from accountability, and what's worse, the judge isn't stopping it. Let's talk about Judge Rada. Normally, in any trial, a judge will interrupt rambling witnesses, ask them to focus, demand clarity, but with Gininda, Judge Rada nods. He writes. He lets it continue. Why? Is it respect for the police hierarchy? A belief that Gininda is truly helping the court? Or is it quiet approval of this misdirection? Some argue it's judicial discipline. Others believe it's passive endorsement of a narrative already decided behind closed doors. Because let's be honest, if any defense witness gave 10-minute monologues instead of clear answers, Judge Rada would shut it down instantly. So why the double standard? Here's why it matters. We're not just watching a man talk too much. We're watching a legal process where key facts are being blurred. Judges appear unfazed by misleading testimony. The truth becomes harder to identify. This is the Senzo Meyiwa murder case, a case that has dragged for nearly a decade. It deserves transparency. It deserves focus, not courtroom performances and judicial passivity. If the judge doesn't push for clear answers, if the lead cop is allowed to ramble with confidence, then the public will continue to lose faith in this entire process. And let's not forget, this isn't Gininda's first moment of contradiction. From geographical errors, like claiming Malabatini and Nongoma are the same place, to relying on hearsay rather than hard evidence, to avoiding accountability under cross-examination. It's all part of the same pattern. One subscriber put it best. Gininda makes it sound like he's dropping bombs of truth, when really he's just confusing everyone, and people clap because it sounds deep. Another comment we received said, "This isn't testimony, it's a TED Talk with no real content." And it's true, public trust is being manipulated, not just by what's happening, but by how it's being presented. Words are being used like weapons, not to clarify, but to confuse. And Judge Rotha, by not stopping it, is becoming part of that confusion. When truth is buried in eloquence, justice becomes entertainment. Let's zoom out. This trial is not just about the 5 accused men in the dock. It's about police accountability, judicial neutrality, public confidence in justice, and right now, all 3 are on the line. Gininda's behavior shows us how language can be weaponized in court. Judge Rotha's behavior shows us how silence can become complicity. And we, the public, must stay alert to these subtle signs of systemic failure. This isn't just a murder trial, it's a test of how deep the rot goes. What do you think? Is Gininda playing mind games, or is he genuinely trying to help and just has poor communication skills? And Judge Rotha, confused or quietly agreeing? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Hot Seat Essay, your home for fearless courtroom commentary and real legal analysis without the fluff. Because when they try to blind us with words, we'll always shine a light on the truth.
Welcome to the fire where the stakes ignite, where the questions burn hotter than the night. No escape once you're locked in the heat. This is your trial on the hot seat. To the fire where the stakes ignite, where the questions burn hotter than the night. No escape once you're locked in the heat. This is your trial on the hot seat. Ticking clocks and the sweat